All right, so I'm sitting here in contemplative mode, thinking to myself, you know, is fantasy football really worth the despair? Is it worth the pain, the suffering, the angst, the anguish, the tears, the blood, the sweat, all the things that we have that goes on here with our fantasy football? I talk about fantasy despair all the time. Well, it started. It has happened. This guy here named Deflate These Nuts started off at a 1-0 record, top scorer in the league, huge potential, positivity, bringing a lot to the table, and then finds the gods of football come back around to show exactly what kind of team that he has. And he takes the worst loss of the week. So just to kick it off, blah, blah, blah. Seeing Troy last week scoring 117 points, meh. And then me coming in with 73.18 points for a 44.39 difference. So I contemplated suicide. I grabbed a bag of pills. I sat in a room that was really dark. And so as you could see, I don't look very good. I'm feeling kind of out of it. I'm down. I'm depressed. I'm in the dumps. All because of me losing to Carolina, who got the pig trophy for the worst record last year, coming in dead last, and was at a nice clip of 0-3, and I gave him a victory. Troy, I wouldn't necessarily speak too cocky, as you did on the group meet today, about your win, because, I mean, quite frankly, your history is not that great, and I don't know how long your winning streak will last. But good luck. Good luck to you. The game of the week this week was clearly, hands down, was a difference of 1.57 points on the week, and that was the almost upset victory by Elevator Knockout over Boat Drinks. The brain trust of Boat Drinks put the team together. They come in at 129.97 points. Elevator Knockout almost eked it out. I was rooting for you to take some of these cocky, belligerent, stupid dunderhead, undefeated teams and do your job. And Boat Drinks, do your job. Your head's about the size of Alaska. All you do is talk trash. You give me the dirty stares when we're at work. I'm not having it anymore. I'm just not. You think you're King Midas, you with your 4-0 record. And Boat Drinks, the brain trust. Maybe it does take 3 heads. They're better than 1. Maybe. But we all know what happens when you enter the playoff time. You could have a 12-0 record. And you enter the playoffs, and all you have to have is your star player to have one bad game. And then you're pretty much singing Dixie down the river and crying in your beer, much like I was this week. So an overall valiant effort, Mr. Thorne. You did a great job trying to take down Boat Drinks, but the next team that plays against them is going to have to bring a better run to the mill. I know Not Your Sticker Bitch is there to be able to try to knock them down, and I am here to try to knock down, do your job. So we have to do our job. Exactly. Me and you, Kevin. Got to take him down. Because if he wins any more games, either one of them, Frank is a very silent, he's back there in the weeds, he's like kind of like, just kind of hanging out. Well, 4-0. Well, guys, just don't forget about me. I got together with 2 other people to put our heads together to win, and I'm winning, so give me some credit. But I'm not a blowhard like Jeff Brownie, who is the new guy and thinks that he rules the world of fantasy football. Will, I'm so sorry that you took that loss last week. You tried to represent, but you were just a little bit less than me and almost taking the worst loss of the week. 76 points for you, 64 points for Foster Blues, and 73 points for me is not going to cut it in this league. We should be ashamed. We should hang our heads between our legs and pretty much see if we have nutbags. That's what we should see. That's what we should do. You know, highest points scored for the week has to go to Bell's Bashers, who brings his record to 1-3. Pretty stellar. Champion was at 0-3 and come in with the 136.29 points. I'm just going to call up his team very quickly to be able to take a look to see who or what scored where last week. But, you know, he had Peyton Manning, had Ingram, Marshawn Lynch, all the guys that are there to be able to really do something special this last week for him. So overall point value scored really high. Johnny Utah's one of the coolest names in the entire league went down crying and whimpering after all that trash talking that he was doing in Matt's kind of way. You know, he's just like, hey guys, I'm winning. You know, I'm a winner at fantasy football. I'm just a winner. And I don't know if I could talk any more trash about anybody else because everybody else's teams pretty much suck a-holes. So, yeah, there's a couple standouts. There's a couple people that, you know, are you know, taking it to the house on this one. Couple records that I would say would be ones to be able to call out would be Foster Blues at the 0-4 record, and then the 2 4-0 teams. It's a pretty much a log jam with a bunch of 2-2s and 3-1. So you know who you are, you know where you're at, you know what you're doing, you know what's going on. So I don't really have to recap too much of that, except for the fact that we need to knock off some of these egomaniacs that are undefeated so far. That are there. So this week it's going to be interesting to see how I do against Do Your Job. It's going to be interesting to see two teams that are only projected to get 95 points in Carolina and Foster Blues. It's going to be very interesting to see how Not Your Sticker Bitch does against Boat Drinks. Boat Drinks is favored pretty heavily on that in that matchup, but we'll see what happens in that one. I think Do Your Job is doing it with smoke and mirrors, and I think that Boat Drinks is doing it with some pretty talent on the team. So, but again, you put three heads in one. I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. When I go to drafts, I'm going to bring a brain trust. I'm going to bring 5 guys, an accountant, a brainiac person, a person that knows statistics, another person that just looks good when they're drinking a beer, and I'm going to bring a really hot cheerleader. That's pretty much what I'll do. And I'll just have them all with me, and we'll put our heads together, and we'll come up with smarter decisions than drafting Adam Vinatieri in whatever round that I did. Made that one green spot along with Turd, which has done us really good, Turd. 1-3 for you and 2-2 for me for drafting a kicker so early. So it's worked out well for us. But that's about it. Have a great week this week. Hopefully everybody's team comes through for them. More than likely not, it will not happen because I think that we have a lot of teams that are pretty spread thin. On the waiver wires, on the budgets, I just want to call it out because if you're not listening to my ranting and raving on here, we have some pretty low numbers here with the fact that Elevator Knockout is down to $42 on the waiver wires. Foster Blues is down to $60. And I think those are our bottom 2 of the rung that's on there. Turd Ferguson, nope, he's at 99. Carolina's at 69. So, be careful with those. Actually, Carolina's at 67 because we're going to take an extra $2 off on that for the other 2 transactions that he so sneakily tried to be able to get in there and do it illegally. But, we won't say anything about that. So the couple call-outs for this week coming up is Do Your Job said he's going to win the rest of the games out. He's going to be undefeated. He's going to kill everybody and destroy everyone. Troy also said, Carolina also said on GroupMe today that nobody's going to beat him the rest of the way out. So I think that's a lot of bold predictions that are there. I think I'll make a not so bold prediction because I think it's the reality is the fact that no, that won't happen, and you'll be eating crow eventually sometime. But in the meantime, do your job. Sit there, bask in the aroma. Note that not when you go take a fart. It's more so basking in the aroma of the 4-0 record because it only means a little bit during the regular season. And as we know, with some of the despair that we've had in this league before, some of your top-rated teams that go to the playoffs lose immediately, and then I have a mutiny on the bounty, and people want to be able to call me up and tell me how much my league stinks because you got bounced out after one round, and there's no consolation, blah, blah, blah. So that's about it for this week, guys. Good luck. I know it was a little bit late this week, but I had a lot of meetings and a lot of stuff I had to go to. And of course, like I said, I was breaking out of depression to be able to get there. So have a great week this week. We'll probably be chatting over the weekend, but yeah, we'll check you later. See ya.